Now we're going to learn how we can efficiently make the final part for Activity 4.1 Model Creation. On our split screen we can see I've got the actual part pulled up right here, and over here I have Autodesk Inventor. There are multiple ways you could make this part. I'm going to make it using two features, and I'm going to use a subtractive method instead of an additive method. You could use additive, and you could start by working on the right side, and which would be the YZ plane, and you could draw this L shape, backwards L, and extrude it back in this direction. Then you would put a sketch plane on this left side, and you would make this shape and extrude it forward a distance of 3 inches this direction, and that would complete your part. I'm going to do it a different way using subtractive, using a cut. So I'm initially going to make it by drawing on the right plane, the XZ plane, this shape right here. So I'm going to start with a new part, a new standard part. I'm working in inches. I could check that by going to Tools, Document Settings, looking at Units, and yep, there's inches. So I'm going to start by putting a 2D sketch, and I want to work on the right side. What I'm going to do, I can come here and click it, or I can come to the YZ plane and click. I'm going to pull this down by pressing on the wheel of my mouse and dragging, and now I'm going to start at the origin, and I'm going to go up 1/2 inch. So I'm going to go up 1/2 inch, so I'm going to say 0.5, and then I'm going to go over 0.5, that distance. So 0.5 horizontal. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up all the way, not just this little part right here. I'm going to go all the way up. So I've already got 1/2 inch up. That leaves me a remainder of 2. So I'm going to go 2 inches directly up. I'm going to next go to the right 1.5 inches, as it shows right here, and then down 1, and then I've got to come in a certain distance. I'm not sure exactly how far that is. I have to calculate it and figure it out. I know that this is 1, this is 1/2. Out of that 1/2, this is 1.5. So I know I need to come in 1. So I'm going to come 1 inch here, and then I'm going to come straight down to the bottom and come straight across. And you can see I've got perpendicular lines. If I hit the escape button, I'll get off of deselect line, and this is perpendicular to that. You can actually hover over those and see what's what. We'll learn that later. So I'm going to go back home, and I'm ready to extrude, and I'm going to go to Model, 3D Model, and I'm going to extrude that shape. What is the distance? The entire distance is 4.5. And so I could have chosen to go either direction with it. So I've got it extruded. Now what I've got to do is cut this out. So I know the entire depth is 4.5, or the entire width is 4.5. This is 3, so that must leave me 1.5 inches. I'm going to put a sketch on here, and what I have to do is project the geometry for this face. I want to use these yellow lines that are already there to connect to. So I'm going to have to go in 4.5 and then up 4.5. So I'm going to draw a line, and I'm just going to start either place. It really doesn't matter. I'm just going to start, and I'm going to go down 1.5, and whoops, I clicked twice. So I'm going to hit escape, or I I'm going to undo that and go back. I'm going to redraw that. I'm going to start just anywhere along here, and I'm going to come down 1.5, and I'm not certain why it is doing that. So let me try it again. I'm going to come here. I'm going to just draw a line over. We'll put our dimensions in a moment. We'll just do it that way. So I'm going to measure from here to here. I'm going to pull that down and make that be 1.5. I'm going to measure from here to here, and I can show that is 1.5. And so now I know I've got the right size rectangle. I'm going to finish my sketch. I'm going to choose extrude, and I choose this, but I don't want to do additive method. I want to do subtractive, so that is a cut. And the distance I want to do is all. So I'm going to cut that all the way through, and there is the figure that we need to make. So that was, I've got to save my part with the correct name, save it as, and I'm going to put it in my E drive. You put it in your 9131 or your H drive, IED, ISO's folder, and the name of it is 4.1 model, and it's model part 4. That is our last part that we have to make. And so you can see the name of the file when it's named properly is right here.